Hi, welcome to your South Bay real estate market update. This is Garrison Comstock with the Garrison Team Real Estate and here at Prime Properties Beach Cities. I'm here to talk to you about the statistics locally and both nationally with what's going on in the real estate market. So let's jump right into it here. I will share my screen and then go ahead and present. So this is for September, which is numbers from August. So as you can see, we had more closings in August than in July, more pending, and then not as many new. That's because, as you'll see in a second, we're starting to get the seasonality of new listings. So August is when listings generally start to come down and peter towards the end of the year. We've bought more properties than we've sold in the past month. So we have month supply decreased from 3.2 to 2.8 months of supply. If we did not have any new listings tomorrow, that's how many months it would take to gobble up those listings. And then percentage of list price, 98.9 is the sales price to list price ratio. So that means we have a lot of places selling over 100% to get that average at 98%, which we've been pretty steady at for a while here. And the median, if your price is priced right and it's in a nice place in a good area, it's going to sell really quick. Median days on market is 11 days. So you can imagine you'd list a place on Wednesday, and then by the following Friday, you're probably under contract. So this is the graph I wanted to show you about the seasonality of new listings here in the South Bay in California. We're not as seasonal as obviously the colder weather climates, but generally it peaks in May and then starts to come down a little bit. This is some May up here. This is May. But this one right here, this is May this year. So you can see we went down beginning in coronavirus. We didn't have as many new listings. And then it peaked here in July, and then August came back down. We had about the same amount of new listings this August as last August. So this is why we've had a little bit of shortage of listings, because this happened in between rather than having a couple 3 or 4 months up near the 700 new listings mark. We only had one that passed that threshold this year. So some clients have asked me about, what about forbearances or distressed properties? Should I be looking for those? And my answer is an emphatic no. You can see here in this graph, it illustrates it really well that we had 35% of distressed properties. 35% of listings were distressed in 2012. But we've had less than 1% now for going on almost 3 years. And that's not changing anytime soon. And even if it does, if it goes up a little bit, it won't affect the market in any way. So we've got less than 1% distressed properties that are not worth looking for. The chance that you can find a distressed property that is one that you're looking for in the area that you want to buy is like, blindfolded throwing a dart at a dartboard. It's not going to work very well for you. So this is what forbearances looked like. The initial forecasts were 30%, but then the actual peak was only 8.6 in reality, and then currently 7.21. So people have come out of forbearance the past couple months, as well as the amount of forbearances has really stabilized, as you can see here. And many people who actually entered into forbearance, and this isn't reported on a lot, are still current on their payments. They had like a just in case strategy of entering into forbearance, just in case something happens, I'd like to have that, but I'm going to still make my payments, and they're still making their payments. So some people have asked me why homeowners have so much equity. I've put a slide up here before on the monthly market update, if you watched in the past, that says that 42% of homeowners own their home free and clear. Well, I've said in the past that that's because homeowners have been very conservative since 2008. And this is a slide that shows that very well. You've got, historically speaking, homeowners stay in their home between 5 and 7 years. And you can see that here really well. But then as soon as 2008 hit, people aren't rushing to get their equity out to buy another place. They're not rushing to move up into that next home. Most homeowners are deciding to stay in their home. And now we're between 9 and 10 years is the average of how long a homeowner stays in their home. So this is a fundamental change that's happened since 2008. And because of that, many homeowners were in a much better position to weather any sort of financial hardship this year because they had so much equity in their homes already because they did not move 3 times between 2008 and 2019. Is it a great time to sell? Yeah, because the buyer traffic is up 60.7% year over year between last year and this year. There's so many buyers out there and there's not many listings. As you can see here in the West, it's 56.7%. The percentage change in newly pended deals is 16.5% is most recent, but this is year over year in the last weeks. We're consistently beating the amount of sales that we had last year. And we're doing that so much so you can see purchase applications here year over year are above where they were last year ever since the initial downturn of when coronavirus hit in mid-March. But the really cool thing here and the main thing that I want to get across or tell you about is Lawrence Yoon. He's the chief economist for NAR, that's the National Association of Realtors. He estimates the ramp up to a $5.8 million home sales rate this year will have us have a 4-year level of 5.4 million, which is 1% greater than the amount of home sales that we sold last year. So that's really cool considering we've had half the amount of listings to work with. We've had coronavirus to fight against, and still we're on pace right now. We have a chance to beat the total amount of home sales that were sold in 2019. Now, who would have thought in March that that is even possible to beat the total amount of home sales in 2019? But that's the pace we're on right now. We still have a chance to do it, which is just amazing. It's really incredible what's happened this year. And so why is everybody buying all these homes? How are we selling more homes in 2020 than we did in 2019? And the reality is homes are really affordable right now. Like here in the area, you know, most people look at the price tags and they get sticker shock, right? It's you know, $800,000 for a 2-bedroom townhome in Redondo Beach. But the fact of the matter is people are still buying them. They're still affordable. The Home Affordability Index 1990 to today shows that this is one of the most affordable times to buy a home since 1990. And the only times that were really more affordable than right now is the times when the market was flooded with distressed properties between 2009 and 2015. So to put that into perspective, with interest rates so low, a homeowner shopping for a home last year versus this year can afford 10% more home than they could have 1 year ago. That's $32,000 nationwide, but here in the South Bay for $1 million home, that's $100,000 more just based on interest rates being so low. So that's why the buyer demand has been so high. It's very interesting, and we can afford $100,000 more than we did a year ago. So buyers are trying to take advantage of these low interest rates, making sure, because if interest rates drop even 1%, that affects buying power so much that you could have a drop in prices $100,000 and your payment would still rise if interest rates went up a percentage, even though prices dropped 10%. So it's extremely affordable to purchase a home now with the low interest rates. So if you have an opportunity, take advantage of it. Many buyers are, and that's why we're outpacing last year in sales. So here's a put into numbers for a $700,000 mortgage. You can save about $150,000 lifetime based upon the rate you would get December of last year and today. And this is even a 3.23% rate. Rates are even lower than this right now. So it's really interesting stuff going on in the market right now. Thank you so much for watching the South Bay real estate market update here with all the statistics. I'm Garrison Comstock with Garrison Team Real Estate here in the South Bay. If you have any questions, please feel to reach out, email me. You can follow me on Instagram at soldbygarrison. Look forward to speaking to you soon. Thanks so much. Have a fantastic day.